All right, welcome today to our webinar, How to Create a Successful Business. Thank you so much for coming tonight. And I will share a little bit about myself, but I am Tina Kadish. My business is Life is Ideal, and I'm a business coach and an author and speaker. And what do? I help the individuals who have left corporate or in transition to leave corporate and want to create a successful business strategy. And how do I do that? I help them by applying, I should say, my 8-step process. And so tonight I'm going to go through my process, and I did send a checklist. It's called Successful Business Owners Checklist, that I'm going to go through the 8 steps tonight so that you will get a good understanding of what does it take to run a successful business. And we'll go through some introductions as well. But let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been in training and I've been in recruiting and started my business in 2012. Life was Ideal, when I got laid off. And I found myself for the first time not knowing what to do. I was scared. I was angry, frustrated, because I didn't know what I was going to do with my career. And I was a single mom with 2 kids at the time, and I had to figure it out. And so in my self-discovery, I learned that over 85% of women are unhappy in their careers, and they're looking for something more. However, they don't know what to do. They have no plan. They have no direction. They really don't. And that was me. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I learned that, what I discovered was, with that research that I did, but I wanted to help other people, other women, find their passion. And so I started Life is Ideal with a tool that I help you find your passion. And through the years in my business, though, I became a business coach, because what I learned is that a lot of women they know what they want to do. They have it figured out. Like, Shannon and I, we were talking a little bit before everybody joined us. So I know a little bit about Shannon, but we have an idea sometimes what we want to do. Lori and I know each other. Suriani, I know her story. We know that we want to start a business, but what happens is a lot of times we don't have the ingredients we need to start a business. And so that's what I have found, that we have these missing ingredients. And so think of this tonight, a plan, a GPS to your system. To your business. How do I create a plan? But more importantly, it's a business plan will teach you how to generate sales. Because you can have a plan all you want, but is it going to generate money? Will you make money? All right, Lori, Suriani, Shannon, are you looking to make money? Raise your hand if you're looking to make money. I know I am. We all are. All right. And I'm not saying that money is the most important thing. However, for us to be, business owners, we need to generate sales. We need to make money. And so tonight, really, the focus is going to be, I'm going to walk through the 8 parts of a plan. What are the components you need to generate the sales? And with each piece, I'm going to share with you, how does each piece of the plan generate sales? All right. So that's why, I really wanted to do this tonight. And I'm going to be doing this pretty much on a quarterly basis, I think, on this topic, because as a business coach, I help you put together your plan that will generate sales. All right. It's very simple. However, it's not simple to do, because there's a lot of things that come in that we just don't know how to make money sometimes, being business owners. So I want to go around the room with Lori and Shannon and Suriani. And I know that more people are going to join us after, because more people registered, but you know how that goes. People register, but do they show up? So you 3 decided to show up because you're committed. All right, Lori, so what brought you here tonight? Tell us a little bit about you. Where are you coming from? Where are you in your journey to be a business owner? Are you a business owner?
Yes, all of the above. So I've been working in corporate for more than 40 years. So that's all. I'll just leave it at that. Looking to leave corporate I've had a side business now for 3 or 4 years, primarily around spiritual coaching
Yes.
and some other modalities that I do, but all in this in that work. I'm also a minister too.
Awesome.
So
Good.
and it's just a matter of pulling all the pieces together, I think.
Okay.
Honing in on a lot of, I went through the checklist, and a lot of this I'm a lot closer to than I was a few months ago.
Good.
But I think where I get hung up on is, well, yeah, part of it is if I really want to retire from corporate, I do have to have an income coming in. The past few years, I've pretty much just barely broken even with my business.
In your
I do
business.
rent an office because I do see people, clients. So, I have costs associated with and I've spent a lot of money on training the past couple of years. So this is my year to try to tip the scales and make the leap to doing this as my primary revenue.
Okay. Good.
And I think
So-
I'm also looking at different revenue streams, passive income, seeing clients, but also having a passive income. And that's kind of where I am right now.
So what is your biggest challenge right now, Lori?
Marketing,
Okay.
definitely marketing.
Okay.
That's where I get stuck.
Okay.
Um,
So biggest challenge is
and
marketing.
at Facebook, because I really have, quite honestly, I have to decide. I have to make my peace with Facebook because I believe that is where most of my clients are.
Okay.
Because
you're
of their
aware-
age and what they use, they're there. But I just have a real
Block.
problem with it. So
what is the biggest problem you have with Facebook?
it's integrity. It's my integrity and their business integrity. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to give them any of my money. I don't want to advertise on there. So I'm really like, okay, I really have to just take a deep breath. I told myself by the end of February, I'm going to create a Facebook group. I'm going to start to do that. But I am kicking and screaming.
Okay. So I'm going to share something.
That's probably more about me than anything else, but I do think that is where most of my clients are.
Okay.
Because most of my clients are people who are seeking authenticity in their life, usually from a spiritual perspective.
Okay. Okay.
And
Good.
ultimately trying to figure out who they are. And there's a spiritual component to that.
Okay.
And most of those folks are midlife usually, or later in, or that last second half of their life or even midlife, so to speak. So.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that, Lori. And it's definitely a block. However, I want to share something with you. With Facebook, you don't need to spend money to get clients.
Yeah.
On ads. And as a matter of fact, I haven't spent a penny on Facebook ads. I don't use Facebook ads. I don't know enough about Facebook ads to invest. And one of the things that we do is spend money without really knowing, are we getting the return on our investment?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're spending money because we're going to try this. Well, let's try this and see if it works. But I don't know enough about Facebook ads. However, I know enough that people have said, you don't need to spend money on Facebook ads. You can do your own organic advertising. And what do I mean by organic? I send out Facebook messages to people, private messages. I send out emails. I'm on your email list, Lori. You send out a newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
That's an element of marketing. All
right.
You do
right.
not
that
have
I'm comfortable with. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to spend money on Facebook. Okay. At all to get clients. Okay.
I just have a problem even being on the platform.
Yeah.
So so no money aside. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
No, that's a
that's
valid
my-
and that's a
that's my
valid
problem, I guess.
challenge, and it's good that you're aware of it. And sometimes we have these things we don't want to do, or that we don't believe in, or that we don't like, but trying them out and seeing if they work. And you are aware that your clients are on Facebook, so that's good. Okay. But you don't want to force to be on Facebook if it's your energy.
No,
I'm
I
all
don't.
about
That's the other
energy.
thing. I don't want to limit myself to only people on Facebook either, but.
Exactly. Well, all right. Thank you so much for being here. Shannon, tell us a little bit about you. What brought you here tonight? And what is your biggest challenge?
Oh gosh, a lot of them. So I've been a massage therapist for 17 years, an esthetician for 6. And I think it's just time for me to stop working for someone else and making them money. And it's hard. So I want to make my own schedule. I want to have my own clients. I want to have my own time. And so, I rent a room with another therapist at this other girl. She rents out rooms. And she told me she's very successful. She's getting very, very successful. And she told me about the webinar. And I want to do business aspects now. I know everything about massage therapy and all that stuff. Now I need the business end of it.
Okay. How to run a business.
How to run a business. I'm a newbie at it. So I really don't know. I can get clients, but I don't know how to organize and keep them coming in, how to market. Facebook does scare me too, but I do know how to use Facebook. I just don't want to get certain clients. Facebook kind of scares me because I hate to say it, but in massage therapy, there's some clients that you really don't want. And I'm afraid to put myself out there.
Okay.
So I have to get over that hump.
The fear. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Shannon. And so Sirianni, Shannon knows Jennifer Brennan.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she
We
was.
both know Jennifer, by the way, Shannon.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were both in
Sirianni,
Indiana.
so tell us about you. Where are you in your journey? I know you're an entrepreneur, but why don't you share to everybody what you do and what is your biggest challenge?
Okay, I'm Suriani Hostetler. I'm CEO and founder of Shopline Accounting Services, based in Milford. I started the business back in 2014, but I was working corporate accounting jobs, all the way up till 2019. And 2019, I had a consulting position that ended. And something just snapped in me. I'm like, that's it. I'm just done. Because before that, I wanted to go. I wanted to leave, but I felt like I was stuck psychologically. So in 2019, something happened where I've worked on myself all that time, and it just shifted then. So that's what I could totally relate about Laurie. You were saying it took you a while. It takes a while. But during that time, I worked on just, trying to gain strength. Plus, the environment I was in was not conducive at all. So that helped. That helped push me up. So now 2020 came around and the pandemic came and everybody went online. So it was a little bit challenging for me to get business. So I did a mixture of developing my business, developing my network, but also went back to a part-time remote position, which I still have. And it's actually working out well with me in terms of helping my business, because the remote position is doing exactly what I'm doing, is servicing clients in bookkeeping and accounting using QuickBooks Online, working for Intuit, which makes QuickBooks itself. So I'm actually learning from the leader of QuickBooks on how to manage clients' books. So I'm learning from a platform and turning around and using it in my own business, which has helped a lot. That being said, this year I have some goals to, I did gain some clients last year in 2021, business started picking up. But you're right, Tina, you have to have foundation with the sales, because 2020 was kind of a dead year for me, but then 2021 comes around. I didn't have the foundation yet, but then I started getting calls and leads. I'm like, oh, great. Now things are started to come in, but I didn't have the foundation. So I started onboarding 2 or 3, not a lot of people, but a handful, but forgetting that I'm my own person and I don't have a team. So I started getting like almost burnout doing all the work, the production work, and not really working on my business. So the end of 2021, I came to the conclusion, after working with various resources, people, and a coach, and lots of programs, a lot of mentors, Tina included. I came to the conclusion that I need to step back, assess my workflow. I even offboarded a client that was not my ideal client. So I'm taking a step back, trying to kind of build my foundation a little bit stronger. And then this year I'll be more ready. I feel like I'm a little bit clearer now. Good. Because I'm saying no to a lot more things. Like last year was more like yes, 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 and then burnout. So this year I'm more like,
you're clearer.
Yeah, I gotta think about it.
That's a good point that you make. You make a very good point in being clearer and saying no to things that, or people, clients that are not aligned with not being the right client. And it's okay. A lot of times why people struggle in a business is their mindset. Right. Okay. And how do I overcome different mindset challenges that I might have? Okay. And that's another thing in business. So, tonight we're going to focus just really on the plan. And because you need that GPS. Okay. It's like you get in a car and you're traveling somewhere and you don't know where you're going. You need a GPS, you need a plan, you need directions. This is what we're going to talk about tonight, is the step-by-step plan that will help you to generate sales. Okay. And marketing is a huge factor. We're going to go into that. That's part of the plan. And that's why I designed this, is because I really found it that, okay, I want to start a business now. Do we have the foundation? This is the foundation that I'm going to talk about tonight. Okay. Lori and I have worked together already. And so she knows, she's familiar with these steps because we worked together. But there's an element that is still the marketing. Marketing is part of this plan. So you still need this plan. You can have a plan, but are you taking action? Are you doing the right activities? Are you working with the right people? And so that is what I've learned. I left my corporate career in 2018. I was working my business part-time for 6 years. And as a corporate recruiter for over 10 years, I was doing what you were doing, Lori, wanting out, didn't get out, wanting out, didn't get out, making excuses, having that fear. Suriani, like she said, it was an environment and it was kind of a blessing. Shannon, you've been an entrepreneur a long time, but right now you're working for a wellness company and you want to leave at some point. Okay. Yes. So that's where I was myself, working in corporate, that I was not happy at all. And so I really needed to make a decision. And I left in 2018, finally, to focus on my business full time. Because I said it's going to happen one way or the other. I was already building it. I already had clients. Lori has clients. Lori's working with clients. Shannon, you're getting clients. Suriani had clients. So all of us already getting clients while you're working. And, here's the thing, being totally transparent. You need money to come in while you're working your business to grow it. Okay. You can't just leave a job and say, okay, I'm going to be a business owner. No, you could, but are you going to be successful? Are you going to be able to make money? And I've learned from other people who've done it, you can't do it. And here's the thing that a lot of people do. They spend a lot of money on training, spend a lot of money on seminars, and that produces zero results. So having the right activities, working with the right people is so important. So I'm going to go through these steps. So the first step is having a clear vision. Do you even know what your business is going to be about? Like what does it look like? Do you really have a visual of your business? And how are you going to behave? What are your actions you're going to take? How are you feeling about your business? Are you in the right business? A lot of times people start a business and then they realize, I don't want to do this. So even as a business owner, I might say, I don't really want to be a massage therapist. Why am I doing this? I don't want to be in accounting. I don't want to be a spiritual coach. Now, all three of you, it sounds like you're happy with what you're doing, which is great. But I have met women business owners are not happy with what they're doing, even as a business owner. So you really want to have a clear vision of where you're going, okay? And how does this generate sales when you have a vision? Let me ask you, how does having a vision generate sales? What do you think?
Because you come across as confident on what your value is, and people see that confidence.
People see your confidence, okay? But also, what about you, Lori or Shannon? How does having a vision generate sales?
Because you know what you want.
You know what
It'll
you
come
want.
in. Yeah, you know what you're going after.
You know where you're going. You're not just winging it. Okay, I'm just going to wake up and do a business. Well, what kind of business? Do you have a real clear, do you have the clarity? Okay, so
Yeah,
that's,
and you also know what problem your clients have, potential
Exactly.
clients have that you can solve.
yep, and we're going to get to that because that's part of the steps. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, the next step is value proposition. Knowing your value. Knowing what differentiates you from everybody else. There's other coaches out there. There's other accounting people. There is a lot of massage therapists and estheticians.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What makes you different from everybody else that you are going to serve? What are your customers' problems that you need to solve? Do you know what their problems are? In other words, do you know their pains and desires? And how are you going to solve that problem? Okay, so once you know their pain, now I know, Shannon, I need a massage right now myself. I was telling Sirianni about this, that I need to go to Jennifer's studio.
I'm actually going to her next week.
Are you? All right, I need to schedule. So she's in Woodbury, Connecticut, by the way, Lori. And so,
Oh, I
Woodbridge.
was going to ask, actually, yeah.
yes,
You're in
it's
Woodbury,
called
okay.
Needed
Woodbridge.
Wellness.
Woodbridge. Yeah.
Woodbridge?
Woodbridge.
It's Woodbridge, yeah.
Woodbridge.
You're in
What did I say,
Woodbridge. My
Woodbury?
office, I'm in Bethany. My office is in Bethany.
Oh, great.
Your
up the
office is
road
in
from you.
Bethany. Very close. Woodbridge. I think I said
yeah.
Woodbury, right? No, Woodbridge.
Yeah, Woodbridge.
So it's how are you going to achieve that? So you want to know your customers' pains and desires. How are you going to solve their problem? Now, I know I need a massage. Okay, I have pain.
Mhm.
You can solve the pain. But what makes you different, Shannon, than everybody else that's out there doing the same thing as you?
Mhm.
Okay, and that's where
Okay.
you want to really get clear on your value. What separates you from everybody else? What is the problem that you're going to solve? And when you know what your value is, it's going to generate sales, right? Because you're going to have that clarity to know that I know what problem I'm solving. I know how my customers are going to feel.
Mhm.
I know the experience they're going to have, because it's all about experience.
Okay.
I want to walk out feeling good. But it's I think it's for me, or I don't know if Shannon, it's the ambiance.
Yeah.
It's when I walk in a studio,
Mhm.
you know, how it looks, how it feels, how I feel afterwards. But it's the every little level of detail that I'm going to get from a studio. Okay, it's so important. Okay, so that's the second step, is knowing your value, knowing the problem of your customer, and how are you going to solve it. Okay.
Okay.
The third step is your partners. Now, I don't mean a partnership, you know, being a part, you know, having a partnership. Okay. It's knowing who your partners are. For example, my partners are my business coach. I have a virtual assistant. I have an accountant. I have a social media person. I have all these pieces in my business. These are people that I call them my dream team. Okay. These are people that I work with. These are people that know my business, okay? They know what they got to do. Like my VA, like I have a VA right now, I host a weekly Tuesday night call. And it's for women that want to leave the corporate world or want to start a business. And every Tuesday night, I have different topics and they come on Zoom, just like tonight. And I host these every Tuesday. And every week I have a different topic. My VA does the scheduling. She gets it out there. She communicates with the RSVPs. I don't have to worry about that. All I have to do is show up on Tuesday night and deliver the content. She's a partner. Now, what I've learned is I've had to fire a couple of people before I found the right person. So finding the right partner is so important. And what's involved in finding the right partner? You want to know do you know what you want them to do? Having a clear task, I call it standard operating procedures. Do you know what you want them to do? How are they, like this person didn't know how to create the event for Tuesday night and what I wanted done and when it was supposed to be done. I had to explain it. Well, what did I do? I created a standard operating procedure. All she has to do is look at the procedure and know what she needs to do. So do you know who your partners are? But importantly, finding the right people. How does that equal to sales? Well, let me ask you, how does having the right partners equal to sales? What do you think?
You delegate the work off your plate so that you could go do business development and sales versus in my line of work, it means somebody doing the actual bookkeeping and menial work.
Yeah,
While I develop my business. Right now, I'm doing everything. I'm doing from bottom to top.
exactly. So you're working in your business instead of on your business. So when you have the right partners, you're able to focus on your business, not in the detail of things that are not important or things that you don't maybe want to do. You may want to focus on the things that you're good at. Like I want to be with people like you right here. I want to be one-on-ones. I want to be in a group. whether I want to speak. I want to do that. I want to do coaching. I don't want to handle the administrative tasks. All right. So that's something I don't want to do. So if I could delegate it, then why not? Now, let's be clear here. You're starting a business, brand new. You may not have the money to do this right away. So at the beginning, you're doing it all. All right. I've been in business full time for 3 years. It'll be 3 years in July. I just hired a VA. In order to grow, you got to delegate. You're not going to grow if you don't delegate. But I didn't do this right away at the beginning. Okay. So at the beginning, we do it all. So wherever you are in your journey of entrepreneurship, it does take time. But what I want you to understand is I want you to, this is a plan. This is the ingredients you all need to grow your business. Okay. And if you have this foundation, then at some point when you can hire somebody, then you're able to do it. I had to create procedures for somebody so that I can hand it off to her. She didn't just automatically know what to do. All right. So that's very important. Okay. Number 4, customer segments. What do I mean by that? We have different types of customers that we are working with, messaging with, that we're, in other words, we're communicating with. So in other words, for me and my business, my customer segments could be a corporate woman or a business owner who needs a plan or who needs to find their purpose. They're in transition and they want to get clarity. It could be an event host because I'm also looking for speaking opportunities. A customer could be an event host. A customer could be somebody, mostly my customer, I have 2 segments. It could be an event host and my client who needs to grow their business, who needs to start their business. So we don't necessarily have to have multiple customers. One customer of yours could be like Shannon, you're an esthetician and massage therapist. Your customer could be one person, comes in your shop, and is in need of your service. Okay.
Mhm.
You may, another customer though could be somebody, let's say you're partnering with someone. I mean, it could be a partner, but what I mean by that you're delivering services to a customer, and it could be somebody else. So customer segments are groups of people. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when you know who your customer is,
Mhm.
how does that equal to sales? Who wants to answer? Who can help me? When you know your customers, how does that equal sales?
Well, you can tailor your messages to those people. You can tailor the words, the images, even where you market and how you
Exactly.
market to
And how
people.
you market.
Be
Exactly.
right. So if I, for example, if my clients were like young people, I would probably be on TikTok. But I know my clients aren't young, right? So I
Good.
think knowing them and knowing their habits and helps to
And
reach
that
them.
is so important, knowing the demographics of your customers. Like my customers are all 35 plus who are tired of their jobs. They want out. They figure that they want to work from home. They want to run their own business. They want freedom. They want flexibility. They're just tired of working for someone else.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's who I know they are. Okay. And it's important when you know your customers, you are attracting the right customers. And when you're attracting the right customers, those are the people that you're going to be attracting, and it's going to equal what? Revenue. You're not chasing the wrong people. In other words, you're going after the right people because you have clarity on who they are. What are their pains and what are their desires that you can solve for them? Okay. Any questions so far on where we're going? Feeling good?
Nope. All set.
Shannon, how are you feeling?
I'm okay.
Good.
I'm
Okay.
I'm keeping
Chat.
up.
Say it again.
I'm keeping up.
Okay. Channels, marketing channels. That's the next step. So you know who your customers are, you know who your partners are, you have a clear vision. Now it's okay, where are you communicating to them? What marketing channels are you using? So like Lori was saying, she knows that her customers are on Facebook, but she doesn't like Facebook. But she knows they're hanging out on Facebook. My customers, most of them are hanging out on LinkedIn. So I'm going on LinkedIn more than Facebook. I'm posting on Facebook, but I also post on LinkedIn. I am not an Instagram person. I still haven't really gotten Instagram down. I'm just not a fan of Instagram. Okay. I just don't. I'm a baby boomer. I'm not crazy about Instagram. Okay. Instagram, it's a very visual platform. Okay. So I will post my events there, but I'm still struggling with Instagram. I'll be honest with you. So I don't really use Instagram a lot. I don't.
I love Instagram because I'm
Mhm.
visual. I love
So
Instagram.
you love Instagram.
I love it,
Suriani, do
yes.
you love Instagram?
I don't even use it.
Okay, you don't even use it.
I'm
Shannon, what
onto
about you?
LinkedIn and
LinkedIn
mm,
Yeah.
and Facebook?
And I have to agree with you on LinkedIn because I do think that that is the other place I would find clients. I'm just reluctant while I'm still working.
Yes, you told me that.
Right.
And I was too.
Because it might be a little weird.
I know when you're working a full-time job and people see you on LinkedIn, and if you're working for a company, being on LinkedIn, sharing your stuff can be uncomfortable. Okay. So since you know, Lori, that your customers are hanging out on Facebook, and if you don't want to post on Facebook as a post, go on your connections and send them a private message, letting them know what you do. Get on a call with them. All right. Like I'll tell you what I'm doing. I have 700 plus people on Facebook. Don't know half of them. I've been sending one-on-one messages. I'm only up to the letter C. Private messages, introducing myself, saying we haven't chatted in a while. Would love to learn more about you. Can we jump on a call? Are you open to a call? Jennifer Brennan, this is what I did the other day. We hadn't chatted in over 4 years. I have yet to go to her studio. I sent her a Facebook message and I said, I have a book. Okay. I did write a book called Freedom, the 7 Steps to Thrive in Life and Business. And I said to her, as a business owner, what I've learned is that a lot of people want to thrive in life and business and they don't have the steps that they need to thrive. Would you want my book link? Would you be open to get my book link? And she said, absolutely. I sent her the link. She said, I'm going to share the book link. She shared it on Facebook. She shared it on Instagram, which I just said I don't like Instagram. But she put it on Instagram and she invited people, and Shannon is here tonight. That came from one Facebook message that I sent to Jennifer. Now, I said to Jennifer, I so appreciate you. I'm coming to your studio. I need a massage. I need to get together with you. Okay. So the outreach is so important. So Lori, I highly recommend, you don't have to get on Facebook and post, but get on Facebook, send private messages to people and just have conversations with people. Let's, connect with them. And you just never know where it could turn into. She said she's going to buy my book. She posted the link. And you never know where it's going to end up. Okay. So customer segments is making sure, marketing, I should say. It's also, right, are you marketing in the right places? So if Instagram is not for you, then don't focus on that. Maybe Pinterest. Pinterest is very visual as well. Okay, TikTok, maybe whatever works for you. I've always learned from other coaches, focus on what works for you, but work on one thing at a time. Don't put all of your efforts in different places. Okay, like Shannon, let me ask you, in your business, I know that there's Groupon, there's direct mail, like there's this direct advantage, something like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Where have you been marketing your business?
I really haven't been. I tried Facebook. I do have
Okay.
a Facebook page,
Okay.
but I have not published it yet. I'm
Okay.
just kind of in limbo there.
Okay. All right. Good. Like I had a Facebook group plus a Facebook page plus my personal page. I was getting very stressed about my Facebook group. Why was I? Because it was crickets. Nobody was engaging. Nobody was doing anything. I closed it down. Done. I'm done with my group for now. Now I've been putting things on my personal page and my email. I still have my email. Okay. Because my energy was not in the group. And so I got rid of it. My business coach said to me, close down your group. Why are you stressing over it? I said, you know what? I didn't even think of that. I did. Done. One day, boom, gone. And I feel so much better about it. Okay. So you really want to make sure you're focusing on the right channels. So when you're focusing on the right channels, how does that equal sales? How does that turn into sales?
You're finding the right people.
Yeah, right people.
You're finding the right people in the right places. Okay, because what I learned, I'll tell you another experiment I did. My Facebook group, speaking of my Facebook group again, I did a survey. I went through my whole list of my group members. My target or my perfect client were women who are in a corporate career looking to get out. Okay, they were not entrepreneurs. They were more entrepreneurs than corporate women. So I was marketing to the wrong people. So when you're marketing to the wrong people, it's not going to turn into sales.
So how would you know you're hitting the right channel? I think that my channel is LinkedIn. I'm starting to post content in LinkedIn, and I'm making more effort to post, but I don't know whether those, if I have more followers, I have more connection in LinkedIn than in Facebook.
Okay.
But
See, in your
I'm not
business,
sure.
Suriani, LinkedIn is definitely the platform
Yeah,
I would
that's what
say
I
for
thought
you.
too. Yeah.
Okay, and I would focus on LinkedIn. I would focus on connecting on LinkedIn with people in your connections. I would share things, I would share articles, or I would share
Mhm.
information on LinkedIn, because your business owners are going to come from LinkedIn.
Right. Although in my Facebook, I have so many requests, like friend requests from other business owners trying to create a network as well. So
Well, they're
those
trying
are
to
like
sell you too, right?
solo proprietors. So I don't want to like spread myself too thin. So
I
I'm
agree. I get a
just-
lot of friend requests on Facebook because they're looking they're looking to sell their business to me on Facebook and also LinkedIn. Okay. But what I think for you, I mean, I would have a presence on Facebook because there are business owners on Facebook as well as
Right. Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's where are you putting the majority of your energy, your focus
Right.
on? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for you, definitely LinkedIn more than Facebook, but
Yes,
Facebook,
I think so
I mean,
too.
Facebook has groups. So you could belong to groups that are aligned with
Yeah.
where your clients are going to hang out. LinkedIn has groups. You can also go on LinkedIn and focus on groups there as well. Okay. But here's the thing, and all of you, I want you to share this. It takes consistent activity, which is going to generate revenue. Okay. And that's where it's work. And if you don't like to do the work as an entrepreneur, then go out and go get a job. And I know Lori has a job, Shannon has a job, Suriani, you're going to do great. You're in business. But if you're finding it that you don't want to do the because marketing is huge. And Lori, like you said, your biggest challenge is the marketing. Okay. And that's why, Lori, definitely get together with Sarah to help you, because she's a sales and marketing coach. And that's the other thing that I learned in my business. I have a plan, but then one of my partners is my business coach. That's a partner of mine. Okay. Because we can't do it alone.
Right.
Okay. We can't. We think we can, but we're not going to be able to get that direction, that guidance. I know, Suriana, you hired a coach recently. Okay. That, we can't do it alone. I
Right,
wouldn't have
that's
been able to
fun.
leave my corporate career in 2018 had I not had a coach.
And networking groups.
And networking groups.
Master networks. And,
Yeah. Suriani and I are part of a networking group called
other resources.
Master
We have-
Networks.
You
Okay.
can call that a team, right?
Yeah, it's part of your team. Okay. So Master Networks, which, by the way, Shannon, and Suriani, are you inviting Jennifer?
Yeah, she's busy that day. Is it
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. She's busy. She's tied up in the morning.
Okay.
But she might have some openings in other Wednesdays that I told her that just hit me up and maybe she can come another Wednesday.
So Shannon, we have a networking group called Master Networks that we both belong to. It's Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. and it's exclusive by category. And we're definitely looking for people like you in your profession.
Okay.
Massage therapist, esthetician, those types of people. We're definitely looking for people like that. And if you'd like to visit as a guest, I'm the president of the Danbury chapter. It's virtual. It's not in person. No plan to have these in person, and we can get together or talk about it more, because it's another way to help you get out there and create visibility. Like Lori, she's partnered with that in Hamden, right? What's the name of the that wellness place? Her name is, oh my God, I forgot her name.
Mountain.
Yeah.
No, Mountain View Wellness.
Mountain View Wellness.
Yeah, I do stuff there.
Yep.
I also joined the Holistic
Chamber.
Wellness Practitioners.
Good.
$75 to join, and I can post
Good.
all my events on their Facebook groups.
Awesome.
So they have Facebook groups, and
Good.
since I'm a member, I can post my events. I've actually gotten people at my events.
Awesome.
By
See?
doing that. So
good job.
But yeah, it's finding
the right groups, the right places.
Groups. Yes. And there's a couple of other groups that people have said I should check out a lot of it is just talking to other people and them giving ideas.
Exactly, exactly. And
you know,
that's so
about-
important.
I've actually gotten, this is kind of funny. I mean, I have a therapist. I have a spiritual coach. I actually have a therapist. She's given me leads.
Good.
So she's actually trying to help me. She's like, you don't really connect with these people and these people. It's actually pretty, you
See?
never quite know.
That's awesome. So referrals.
You never really know where you're going to get leads.
Referrals is another source
Yeah.
to get revenue, which leads me into my next
Referrals is the other
step is
one.
revenue streams.
Right.
You want to know now, Sirianni's a numbers. She runs an accounting business. Okay. So if you are a business owner and you need someone that knows your numbers and helps you to analyze your numbers, Sirianni's the woman for you. Okay. She's a QuickBooks expert. So you need to know, where's your money coming from? Are you charging enough for your services? Okay. That's going to generate a profit. Okay. And where is your revenue coming from? So if you're spending, for example, if you're spending money on Facebook ads, I'll go back to Facebook ads. Is it bringing you revenue from the Facebook ads? If not, then stop using it. Stop spending your money. So you need to know, where is your revenue coming from? What's your source? Where, like Shannon, I'm sure a lot in your business is referrals, word of mouth.
Yes, word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Okay. And so that word of mouth is a revenue. How are you rewarding your referrals that are coming in? How are you helping them? Okay. Somebody's coming in late. I know her. It's too late. I'm not going to have her come in because I'm going to be finishing in about 10 minutes. So those are you want to know where your revenue is coming from. Okay.
Well, that's a challenge itself, because for
tell me why. Yeah, tell me.
Okay. Yeah, I can see where that could be tricky. For example, I got a call from a radio station maybe a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and they said they can advertise my business every day for 7 days for a certain amount, and this is the optimal time, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. in business channel, because I'm B2B, I'm business to business.
Yep.
So I went ahead and do that, and nothing came out of it. So in a way that I can see how we can see to ourselves that, oh, well, maybe it's hitting the target audience, but it might not. And then recently my son has a fundraiser it's not a fundraiser. He's an editor for his school newspaper, and they want ads from business owners, including the students' parents. So he asked me, Mom, can you put in your ad for March newspaper? I'm like, okay, fine. I feel like it's a contribution to his school as well. Plus these papers I'm not targeting the kids. The kids aren't going to have businesses that need bookkeeping. I'm targeting the parents. So the parents might have the newspaper that the kids write in, and potentially could hit a business owner. So I bought into it, but that's where it's tricky, because I don't know where this is gonna come to. Sometimes it might be a hit, it might be a miss. And I get what you're saying, that marketing shouldn't be a hit or miss. You should really target a hit, and that's the hardest part. Where do you know? How do you know it's a hit?
Well, here's the thing. It's really testing it out and measuring it, because you really don't know right away, Sirianni, if this is going to work. Okay. I've gotten, most of my clients have been from referrals. Okay. Or speaking. Okay. Now I haven't spoken in a while, but I'm getting referrals. So I got to tell you, referrals, and I'm on social media. Okay. No one's coming from my website, that they're going on my website. They need to know who I am in order to go on my website. I mean, I just direct them to my website because I've met them. Like Shannon, I've just met her tonight. Okay. And, I'll jump on a call, which is what I'm going to share at the end, is get on a call with me so that I can learn more and get to know you more. And how can I support you? Okay. But I think, getting back to your question, sir, it's testing different things and see what works. And if you don't see it working, then stop using that strategy. Okay. That's what I would recommend. So the last two steps are key activities. This is an important thing. Where are you focusing your activities on? Like, what are you doing all the time on your business that will generate that money, that's going to generate those sales? Are you being busy or are you being productive? Are you focusing? I call them revenue generating activities. Okay. Getting on calls with people, having a discovery call is a revenue generating activity. Okay. Sending out an email is not a revenue generating activity. It could lead, it's an administrative, it's part of marketing. Okay. Could lead to sales. I mean, I'm not going to say not to do you need to do marketing. You need to get out there. You need to communicate. You need to engage. That's good, could lead to sales. But the real revenue generating activities is picking up the phone or sending out a message, getting on a one-on-one call with someone. That's a revenue generating activity. Is that one of your best strategies? And only like one of my strategies that I'm doing every day is for 1 hour, I'm making calls or emails or Facebook messages or LinkedIn connections, just sending out messages to people. And I'm spending an hour just calling, listing, talking. And that's how I'm getting people on a call. That's how I'm getting people to buy certain things that I offer, because I have a book, I have a coaching program, I have, what I do, webinar tonight. This is a revenue generating activity. I'm out there connecting with people. Okay, that could lead to revenue. Not everything is 100%. Okay, I believe it's a numbers. Everything is numbers. Okay, there were 10 people that were confirmed and registered for tonight. Who shows up? 3. It's a numbers. However, and this is what I've been told, because this is something that, and I know, Siriana, you're a numbers person, but I look at the quality, not the quantity. So I may have 3 people, but it may be 3 quality people or 10 that are not quality people. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we need the numbers. It's a numbers game in order to get the people. But at the end of the day, it's the quality. So are you focusing on the right activities? And when you're focusing on the right activities, it will generate sales. And that's how that will get you the revenue. That's how you're going to get the clients. However, it's being consistent every day. Every day. It's not just saying, okay, well, I think it's okay to take a break. Like tomorrow's Friday, okay? And I'm saying, I'm not doing anything tomorrow. And that's the beauty of entrepreneurship. You could decide what you're going to focus on or not, okay? And that's something that when I was in corporate world, I craved for Fridays, okay? That I would have the day to focus on what I wanted to do, okay? So any questions so far on anything we've talked about before I wrap it up with the last step?
How do you find people? Is that the same thing? Like for me, actually, like how would I entice people to look at me?
It's the marketing. It's the
Okay.
messaging. What do you say? How do you say it? It's, being on social media consistently. But
Okay.
it's you're writing a message to the right people.
Okay.
Okay. That's one of the, and that takes skill, but takes work. It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
Social media, the whole marketing is really the majority of a business.
Okay.
And that's, tonight, these steps is the plan that you need, which is the foundation. Because without a plan, you don't know how to sell. You don't know how to make money. How will you generate revenue? Okay. Because you're winging it instead of having a clear, defined plan of action. It's like, you don't know where you're going. You don't know where you have no direction, in other words, no GPS. That's why I say this. This is your GPS of your business, okay? So the last piece is knowing your costs. What is it costing you to be in business? Okay. I mean, very simple, like where are you spending your money? All right. In your business. And at the beginning, and as you're growing, you might add some costs, but you really, not having a lot of costs is important. Okay. Like a lot of people think that, okay, I'm starting a business. I need to get a website. I need to get my business cards. What you really need are clients.
Mhm.
You can create a landing page, one pager to tell people what you do. You don't need a fancy website to bring in sales. Okay. I have made no money from my website. None. However, it is a place that people will go to. It's a place that shows credibility. It's a place where it's a holding. It's a place where people see what you do. For example, I have a free gift that people go on my website and they can get a free gift from me. They get information about my events, things like that. However, it's not the place that you're going to generate the revenue. The revenue is going to come from that one-on-one human connection. It's going to come from social media. However, being in the right, again, going back to the marketing, being in the right places, communicating to the right people. And if you're communicating to the right people because you know what their pains and desires are, you will generate the revenue, which will equal what? Money, generating sales. Okay. Any questions on the 8 steps? What's your out of the 8, like what are the things that you're thinking of that was your biggest aha, or anything that's sitting with you right now that you found it to be
Well, I agree with all 8 steps. I do think, however, that each step is a whole intense work by itself.
Yes.
Like each step is not just one, okay, move on after we do 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like each step itself is a learning
Yes.
journey that sometimes you stumble, sometimes, like, for example, you talk about having a team, right? Hiring. I had kind of hired 3 people. 1 was an intern and 2 was a subcontractor.
Okay.
Pretty much they all don't really work out. The intern kind of disappeared on me.
Yep.
And showed
Been
up
there.
right at the end when she needed her internship credit, and starting to get like really busy because she wants an internship credit. The other 2, the other one, the second one was a subcontractor, and I thought she knew what she was doing. I don't have time to train. I thought somebody would help me that already knows some semblance of QuickBooks Online, but she ended up making a lot of mistakes. I went back and fixed. And the third one was a smart young woman, and she seemed very promising, but she had some mishap in her family or whatever. She disappeared for a few days. And when she came back, I already had reports that I needed done that I ended up doing myself. And then I ended up like thinking that I ended up not using her anymore because it's too costly for me, because I'm trying to make the revenue and to pay part of my revenue when I need that revenue itself. So it's like, so like you were saying, it's trial and error, and that's only one step. That's only building the team.
Absolutely. That's just one step. You see, and you make a valid point, Giovanni. These are the 8 steps you need to run a bit, to have a business, to launch your business. You need these. It's like baking a cake. You need the ingredients. These are the ingredients to launch a business. But within each step, you're right, Suriani, like within just the marketing channel, okay, it's multiple things you need to do. The revenue streams, the value proposition, okay, each piece has multiple, it's extensive, that's not the word, but each step is more than just the step. It's not like, okay, I got my marketing down. Okay, now I go down. No, each one has activities within each one. Okay. So I just want to wrap it up with you tonight. These are the 8 steps. You all should have a checklist. Suriani, I'll send you the checklist. Shannon, you have it. Lori, you have it. So you have it for yourself. That's my free gift to you. You know, Shannon, I know we haven't met. Suriani and Lori, we know each other, but if you need additional support, okay, or you want to have a one-on-one, I offer a 30-minute complimentary call.
Okay.
And I offer this as as one of my coaching, where I will help you create your own plan for your own business. Okay, specific to you, and you walk away with a tangible piece, a tangible plan. Lori and I work together, so Lori can attest to that. Lori, is there anything that you can share that you walked away?
Yeah, it
with?
was very thorough. I think, yeah, it's a very thorough process. So, yeah, I think the hardest thing for me, before we went through the process, Tina, was really being clear. That's so important, to be clear about what it is you're doing and who it is your clients are, because otherwise it's just vague and general.
Yep.
And then, especially when, you know, in my case, maybe a little bit different than being a massage therapist, but in my case, people don't really know what I do. So I have to really find the words to connect with them on what they may be needing.
Yes.
And like in massage therapy, there are a lot of massage therapists, but they're all not the same. So what is it that, you know, you bring? And that's where I think working with somebody like Tina really helps. What is it that makes you unique, makes you you, and then brings you the perfect clients? Because then they'll keep coming.
That's
you know,
right.
they'll
Like
keep coming back, right?
There's other coaches like me. I'm not the only coach. And I gotta be honest with you, I've worked with multiple coaches and I have had to fire coaches because they weren't the right coach. They weren't they weren't meeting what I needed. Okay. And so we all need the right coach for what we need right now. Like you may need someone that helps you with mindset. You may need someone with sales. Okay. I am a business coach. I help you launch your business and I help you to map out your business, and you actually walk away with a tangible plan. Okay.
That's what I need.
Okay. So Shannon, let's get on a call. I'm going to put my my calendar link in the chat so that we can get together. And
Suriani, I use QuickBooks on my own. So my goal is to make enough where I can hire you. To do
and
my
you will.
accounting for me.
Well,
I do it myself right now.
Let's get on a face-to-face, and I'd love to know what else you do for QuickBooks. Maybe I can give you a couple of.
You probably
tips that
can.
Yeah.
I
should,
hacked my way
Lori.
through it.
Is it
Get together with
QuickBooks online?
Suriani.
QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks Desktop?
Online. I just do the one online.
Okay, so
This is
let's
good
get on
for
a
me to have everything all in one
one-on-one. I would have Tina. I would have the email from the.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an email to everybody that registered, and all three of you, I'm going to send an email.
Yeah, why don't we do? Why don't
I
we?
would love Shannon's contact info.
Why don't we do this, Laurie? You think about like 2 or 3 things that you struggle with in QuickBooks, and then when we meet, hopefully I can give you some
All right,
suggestions.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
what I'll
that'd
do.
be
So
great. Thank you.
I'm going to send the recording to everybody who registered. So all three of you are going to get the recording, and everybody else that registered that couldn't be here tonight, I'll send that. And so that each of you will see the email for each other so that you can get together. Because I think that the three of you getting together with each other is so important, because you can help each other out as well. Okay. But I so appreciate all of you coming tonight for this webinar. And I'm going to be doing these pretty frequent, as well. And I will, I'm going to put my link for my book. Hold on.
Are you guys in Connecticut?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in, my office is in Bethany. I live in Hamden.
Oh, that's right, you said. And what about you, Shannon?
I am in Woodbridge and I live in West
Okay.
Haven.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
West
in
Haven.
Milford.
Yeah, she's in
And you're in
Milford. I'm in
Milford.
Danbury.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're all close. So that's my email. I mean, my link for my book. And because what I have found that a lot of business owners struggle with their mindset. And so I have 7 steps that help you thrive. And one of them is mindset.
Great.
Okay. So it's not just having a plan, but it's also the mindset that sometimes we struggle. There's some barriers, there's some blocks that affect us from growing in our business. So I'm going to stop the recording now so that